Welcome to In Tune, Quick Fire Edition, where the tempo is fast, the questions hit harder than our frontline run, and pan people keep it real. I'm your host, Vanessa. Today's guest is one of Tobago's finest exports, soloist, arranger, educator, and global Steelpan ambassador, Keishaun Julien. From his first panorama with Our Boys at age 10 to performing in France, Japan, and the US to racking up millions of views online, Keishaun is the new school heartbeat with old school roots. We're about to go rapid fire with the man who's making pan personal, digital, and international all at once. Keishaun, you ready?
Ready. Let's go.
All right, let's jump right in. What's your go-to warm-up before touching your pan, if you have one?
Actually, sometimes I would just pull out the pan app on my phone and actually just kind of refresh on maybe notes if it's a song that I recently learned for a performance, because sometimes performances come up at the last minute and I might have to play a custom song. So I would just pull out my pan app and kind of just familiarize myself. If it's actually on the physical pan, I might just probably run some scales, kind of just get the wrist movement in and get a feel for the instrument before heading on to the stage. The pan app that I use is the #1 Steelpan app. It's available on the Apple App Store, so you can check it out there by Nape Inc.
Who's the first person you send a video to before you post to YouTube or any social media platform? Do you share with anyone to get their feedback before it goes live?
Yeah, so my fiance, that's the person I would usually send the video to get the feedback.
Fantastic. She's a lucky girl.
She is.
If Tobago had a national Steelpan anthem, what song would it be?
Oh my gosh.
Or a
That's a
soca
really
anthem?
That's a really good one.
I know, right? Or maybe better yet, like what song do you feel they get the biggest response out of people?
It depends on the season.
Season.
It depends on the season. That would be seasonal, because I would say generally we are very seasonal. So if it's carnival season, like for last carnival, it would have been probably the Young Brother, Greatest Ben, or Kes Kokoti, like that always gets a good response. So it definitely seasonal.
Yeah, those tend to hit in and out for me
Yeah.
all season. All right, favorite place you've ever performed abroad outside of Trinidad and Tobago?
So honestly, one of my favorite performances outside of Trinidad and Tobago, I would say it was Belize. I really had a good time there. Like the crowd response was just, I can't sort of put it into words, but like, yo, much love to Belize.
True, they have like bands that, functional.
Yeah, so Belize actually have a really growing steel band movement there, and there are persons there like Alexander Evans. He was one of my classmates back in UE, who is really contributing to the steel pan culture there.
Okay, nice. All right, so I'm going to shift into something that's a little touchy, especially since it's so fresh. So we recently lost a mutual friend, a friend to everybody in Pan, Leandro Nori. And I wanted to ask you, because I know you guys have history and so on, what's the best advice Leandro ever gave to you?
So to be honest, Leandro and I, we always used to be talking, and one of the things that he always instilled in me is to never give up. Always keep pushing. Always keep pushing, because Leandro both of us know each other's struggles, and he has always been a supportive individual. He has always pushed me to be better. So that is what I would say.
I feel the same, and I probably didn't have as many interactions with him as you, but he was really somebody who was ambitious and always encouraging, so
Yes.
yeah. All right, moving on. What's the hardest thing about being a Steelpan soloist?
That's a really interesting question because I tend to look at life from a positive point of view. Like, so even though something might be hard, I might be seeing the better side of stuff,
Right.
you know. But I would say sometimes the respect, sometimes people doesn't really have that respect for the instrument, and that is why I always try to teach people to show them that, yo, this is an instrument just like anything else, just like a violin, just like a keyboard, and furthermore, it belongs to us from Trinidad and Tobago. I think that is one of the struggles that I have been fighting personally to gain better respect for the instrument, and it is why I do what I do, how I do it, because I try to demand that respect.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're doing a fantastic job. You're making
Thanks very
it
much.
so much easier for everybody else and those coming up who will follow in your footsteps.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, all right. Most underrated pan player, arranger, in your opinion, besides yourself?
That is a really good question as well, because I feel as though we are in a generation now where there are a lot of young panelists, even younger than me, who is coming up, young arrangers who are super talented. But one person I would say is probably Kobe Allen. Kobe Allen, I think he's somebody to watch out for. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I'll keep my eyes and ears open then. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Shout
right.
out to Kobe, man.
Yeah, shout out, shout out. Okay. Name one non-pan artist who would have shaped your style.
I listen to all sorts of different artists, and it would be hard for me to pinpoint one. But somebody who I really love listening is Michel Camilo. I really enjoy listening his songs. Apart from that, like in the even like in the pop space, I would say people, this might be a weird one. But like Justin Bieber kind of influenced me to sort of dive into the YouTube. Because remember, because remember, he sort of kind of gained recognition through YouTube. I listen to all sorts of different people, like from rock. So one of my favorite rock bands is System of a Down. And in so many different ways, I would say that they have all had an influence in how I play in my style and how I think about music. So yeah, it's very wide.
You know, that's not something we don't really talk about. We think that because were asked who are the people that have influenced or inspired us, it has to be somebody in the related field.
So this was way back in the days. There was this guy I used to watch on YouTube as well in the tech space. His name is Soldier No Best. I don't know if he still posts videos or what, but that is someone who also had an influence on me in terms of posting content online, because he would like review tech products, so like Apple products and stuff like that. And I just found I actually used to do the same thing as well. So before I started posting Steelpan videos, I actually used to do tech videos online. So that would have been my initial introduction to using the different social medias and stuff in terms of familiarizing myself with the video platforms.
Wow. I guess that would have given you a kind of like a good foundation for how you actually present now.
Definitely. And I'm a very techy person, so I'm always looking for like new equipment, new camera gear, new audio gear. I just love tech.
Amazing. Well, I wish all the best for you with that budget, because I know once something new comes out, you just have to have it, right?
Yes.
All right.
All of a sudden, the one that you had before isn't good enough.
Yeah, obsolete.
Yeah.
All right. What's one part of your creative process that we don't see?
I would say the sleepless nights, because in the daytime, you have your usual job. So I'm the music coordinator at the Tobago Performing Arts Company. And then after that is rehearsals late into the night. Then after that is getting down to the actual creating process. So like sleep is almost non-existent. So yeah, so people sometimes even like in the panyard, I'd be like, yo, you all acting like you all tired, but after we finish here, I had to go and work on more music. You all going to go and sleep.
Exactly. And you have to get in the frame of mind to
And that's the next thing. You can't force the creativity. And sometimes you might just have a writer's block and 2 days and nothing coming to your head. You're going to the content, they're ready for more music, but you're just not there yet.
yeah.
You know, so it's really an interesting process, the entire creative process. And yeah, much respect to all the arrangers and composers and the people who are out here killing it. Yeah, because it's a lot of work.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
congrats to you as well.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yes, yes.
I'll ride
You,
that wave. I will
you,
ride that wave right into as
yes,
long
you're
as I
doing.
can.
You have really been trailblazing, and I remember the first time when I played with Golden Hands. That was 2010. That would have been the first time
Yeah,
you all entered Panorama Dingole. That was the
conventional.
first
Yeah.
time I heard about you, and like I was like, "Yo, this arrangement is really bomb." And you know,
Oh,
seeing you grow from then to where you are now, two-time Panorama champion, right? That's really amazing. So I just want to give you flowers on that one time. So I always believe in, congratulating people on the good work they have been doing.
absolutely. I'm taking those flowers graciously. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was
Yeah, no
something
problem, man.
Tingole was.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a really memorable
It
arrangement for me.
was. It really
Yeah,
was. I think
like I could
everybody
still
feels
sing
that way.
parts from that song in my head.
Oh gosh. All right, all right. Let's turn up the heat a little bit. And I say the heat, turn up the speed.
No worries.
Do you think Tobago's pan scene gets the attention it deserves?
Short answer, yes. I believe that even when you look at the fan space right now, the entire Steelpan community, I think Tobago is definitely making its mark. It's definitely getting the highlight that it deserves.
I'm here for it because, a little while ago it wasn't like this. So this is
True.
fantastic. TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, which one really moves the needle for pan?
I would say each one of the platforms, they have their specific rules. If you're trying to build a fast audience, TikTok is definitely the way to go. The growth there, well, from the initial start of it, it was very organic. Now it kind of going into the monetization in terms of you having to pay for promos and stuff like that, although I have never done that on TikTok. But I think TikTok really allows for the fastest growth once you're consistent. YouTube is a bit of a uphill battle, but I think in terms of getting your content, especially if people pull in your content for like TV and stuff like that, I think YouTube is the better platform for that, especially for longer form content. And Instagram, I would say sort of a in between. Yeah, Instagram, I would say the Instagram train kind of moved some years ago and is really TikTok is the main thing right now, at least for me.
I feel you. I am only on Instagram. I can't keep up. So it's interesting. Do you think this is not one of my questions, but do you think people they have less and less tolerance for like longer videos?
Definitely. So we are in the age of instant gratification, and people now they just want everything fast. So I even take that into consideration when I'm making TikTok videos. I always try to start at a point in the song where I know it would grab people's attention. And I always try to make it as catchy from within the first 3 seconds, because the statistics shows that if you don't grab someone's attention in the first 3 seconds, they'd probably swipe to the next video. So it's all about grabbing the attention as fast as possible and seeing how you can retain that attention for as long as possible.
Yeah.
So it's a battle
I can
because you are
imagine.
competing with many different content creators.
One panorama song that gives you goosebumps every single time.
Renegades Here for Love. Renegades Here for Love. That
played?
song. No, I actually didn't play. I played from the year after that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so fun fact. I actually wanted to play that year, but I ended up getting roped into another band with some classmates from UWI. So, but I remember going into Renegade Spaniard. That was at the beginning of the Panorama season. And I think like it was just on like verse and chorus. But like hearing that song, I was just like, yo, I wish I was here. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a a heartbreaking feeling. Like I
I
just
can
wanted to be there.
Yeah, it does that. Does it for me every single time too. Big up
Yeah, yeah.
Duvon, big up
Big up Dupu
Renegades.
on that one. Yeah, yeah.
Trust me, that was a win-win-win.
Definitely.
All right. What's the last pan video that someone else did that made you stop scrolling?
So I would say that would be Michael the Pannist, operating out of New York. He recently did a video with the Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars song, and yeah, that made me was like, okay, cool, take it in, because it's one of my favorite songs at the moment, and I don't think I heard anyone play it on pan before. I even haven't even tried playing it as yet. Although it's been out for like maybe like a month or so now. Yeah.
All right. Well, we just spoke about Renegades, and you didn't play for Year for Love. But what was your best moment on stage with BPTT Renegades?
That'd be the farm and happy. Was your park, all my clothes in a
Hooking man.
garbage bag. Hooking man. Yeah, hooking man. I would say that would have been my best moment on stage with Renegades.
Alpha Pan Pioneers, in one word.
Love. Family. Faith as well, it's a praying band coming out of the church,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you still get nervous before a solo performance?
I wouldn't really say nervous. Sometimes I would say slight anxiety, but it depends on the performance.
Right.
For example, I do like a lot of weddings and stuff. So in situations like that, I don't get nervous at all.
Right.
Maybe if it's like a special request and it's like at a specific part, and I know that I cannot mess up.
Yeah.
Yeah, then or if it's like a new song that I recently learned. Because sometimes I be learning songs like the day before the performance and stuff like that. It depends on the performance, but yeah, sometimes it might be the morning of. So it really depends.
Okay.
It really depends.
So to that point, how long does it usually take you to lock in a melody by ear? Something that you're posting to YouTube because you're really articulate and meticulous with those melodies.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how long does it take you to lock in a melody by ear?
So that really depends as well. Once I have the melody in my head, it all starts in my head. Once I understand the melody in my head, it almost takes like, I would say, a few minutes. Especially like those soca songs, R&B songs, pop songs. Once it's locked in my head, a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes, to sort of play it as close as possible to the original.
What does tone mean to you?
That's a really good question.
I know you're saying that for everybody.
You're really bringing some questions that have
Yes.
me thinking. As a musician, it's highly dependent on tone. And it is something I always try to convey, try to bring out in my music. That is to have a good tone, to have a good sound, to make sure that the way how I express myself on the instrument, the way how I articulate on my instrument, the way how I play the instrument, that I bring it out in such a way that it doesn't do disservice, first and foremost, to my instrument, to the tuners, because the tuners also play a very important role in an artist's sound and in their tone of their instrument, and that I also don't do a disservice to myself. So tone is at the very forefront of who Keishaun Julien is as a musician.
I think that's kind of a big part of your call card, right?
Yeah, so my pan was made by Bertrand Kellman out of the Southland, and it is tuned by Augustus Peters. Big up to Gussie one time.
One time. Sweet too bad. What keeps you grounded as your audience keeps growing?
What keeps me grounded is my ability to influence others in a positive way. And seeing the response, seeing how the impact that what I do online or in person, seeing how that influence others and how that impact others, that really helps me to stay grounded. It fuels my passion for the instrument.
There's a purpose. And once there's purpose, I mean, you say you're doing it for the people that you influence, and you influence a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So, one thing young pan players should stop doing right now.
Pang in the pan.
Oh,
Hanging out the pans. Especially during the panorama season. Sometimes I feel as though like it's a competition to see who playing the loudest. And it's one of my pet peeves. Like, I hate to hear people bang the pan. And it's one of the reasons I also think that non-pan lovers or non-pan people sometimes say steel pan is old noise. That is because it is what they are seeing. But then you have somebody like myself, when they hear me play the pan, there was like, oh, I didn't know steel pan could sing like that. I didn't know the pan could play this. It's all part of my journey and purpose to educate people on the instrument, the capabilities of the instrument, and it's all part of ensuring that I represent well for the instrument as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's very important.
Yeah, I love that you know what your responsibility, the weight of the responsibility. When you put yourself out there like that, you're obligated because you are representing not just yourself, but
the entire community.
Yeah, which extends beyond Trinidad and Tobago.
And the thing is that you're reaching audiences in all corners of the globe who, somebody watching my video, this might be the first time they are seeing this instrument. They might even be commenting, what is the name of this instrument? So you want to make sure that you leave a good first impression, that they can dig on the instrument, find out more about the instrument, find out the history of the instrument, and get to learn more about the culture and understand the people behind this masterful instrument.
Is there a solo you wish you could take back or redo that's already out there?
So sometimes I would say I'm a bit hard on myself. Like, I would always hear stuff when I listen back videos and something like that, and I'd be like, I should have done something else. So, but all in all, I would say that it's part of the experience as a steelpan musician, as a musician. It's an expression and it's a stamping time. And all those notes that I've let out in the past and improvs or whatever, it is what it is. So I would say no. Because you could keep trying to be perfect, you could keep trying to, but at the end of the day, it's not about perfection, It's not about perfection, it's about expression and being authentic. I think a lot of the times people we strive so much to be perfect, but it's not about that, it's just being about your authentic self. And I believe that is what people really connect with, is the authenticity of the individual.
You preached to me there when you said that, because people don't realize it takes a certain amount of courage to put yourself out there. Yeah, and when the people that you're bearing your soul to, they focus on, oh, how that song is so how does, rather than, wow, this person is freely expressing themselves and sharing something deeply personal with everybody. Yeah,
definitely.
I love that. All right. What's one thing you hope your followers understand about your journey? Because sometimes I go through, like, I play your covers a lot on WAC Radio from YouTube. And sometimes I see the really old ones where it was just you in your living room. And now, I mean, these are just the things that we see. But there's so much more to your journey that we don't see. But what's one of the things that you hope your followers would understand about this journey? And journey meaning where you are now and where you hope to be.
I want my followers to know that where I am today is a result of a lot of hard work. It didn't come easy. I spent a lot of time researching. I invested a lot of money into my brand to be able to offer a certain sort of quality. It took a lot of time, sleepless nights. Sometimes I would be up late or rather early recording videos, and it's very time consuming. Sometimes it would take away from personal life as well. So it's a lot of sacrifice. A lot went into where I am today, and I don't want people to feel as though Keishaun just reached here and everything was just given on a silver platter. No, I literally had to work my way through even the industry as well, navigating the industry. Sometimes you would see other persons maybe getting selected for certain opportunities, but I never saw that as a deterrent because I understand that it's all part of a bigger picture. You are one person and there are other persons competing, and it's all about finding ways to differentiate yourself. So I've had to work my way through without any sort of, I don't want to say without any sort of help, because there would have been people there who would have been guiding me, whether in small or bigger ways, but it wasn't given to me. This was earned. So that is what I would say about my journey. And my journey is far from finished. Yeah, there are lots more things to come out of Keishaun Julien. Like, the world is evolving. Keishaun Julien is also evolving as a brand, as an individual. So there's a lot more to come.
All right. Okay. Yeah, you did say you do have a really positive outlook on life. And I think, I know that's a huge part of your success because you don't,
Definitely.
yeah, you don't look at, oh, how come this one and how come that one? You're so focused on being your best self that everything else that happens is just a stepping stone to you. People get really caught up in
Definitely.
thinking that because something hasn't happened for them now, but it happened for somebody else, that something is wrong with them, or what all of this stuff is keeping us back, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right, last one. Finish this sentence. Steelpan is my.
Steelpan is my life.
And I think that's so honest. It's so true. When you say that, people, they could never really grasp.
Yeah, my life basically revolves around Steelpan. Everything I do, yeah, Steelpan is life, yo. Steelpan is life. Steelpan has given me everything that I have. It has morphed me into the individual that I am today. It has really created this person that you see in front of you. Yeah, so Steelpan, I'm truly grateful for this wonderful instrument, and I would continue to spread the gospel of pan around the world.
And I will continue to watch on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share.
But yeah.
That was Keishaun Julien, arranger, educator, digital force, and one of the sharpest sticks in the soloist game. If you're a young pannist out there, let this episode remind you the instrument is yours, not just to play, but to evolve. Follow Keishaun on all platforms and stay in tune with me for more conversations that hit like a perfect roll. Until next time, stay rooted, stay bold, and keep the iron hot.